to get better. Because I chat to a lot of brokers and I see a lot of brokers are stuck in the business, right? They're stuck working way too many hours, doing activities that they shouldn't be doing, that maybe doing those activities that got them to a certain level, but years have passed and the levels of income that they're now earning means that they shouldn't be doing those tasks any longer. And you get to a certain point in your career where it takes courage to make change, right? Because you may be at that level of income and you're comfortable, right? You're comfortable, you've been doing it for a number of years and you've hit that point where you're comfortable. Or maybe you're at that point where you've been in it for a few years and now you've got the opportunity and the income to look to grow. And maybe there's a bit of fear, a bit of letting go of control. Maybe your systems and processes aren't where you need them to be. And so it's restricting you from growth. You know, as the market's changing a little bit at the moment, and some brokers I see that are flat out, never been busier, getting lots of business, especially refinances. Now rates are going up, and other brokers are looking for business. The market's down about 17% from what I hear through the lenders and what NextGen is sort of reporting. So in terms of we need to invest in ourselves and we need to look at ways where we can take our business to the next level, where we can get rid of some of those hats that we're wearing and simplify our business model. I use the analogy much like a rocket ship, right? If you want to get to that next level, you've got to let go of some things. You've got to simplify your business to get the next level of atmosphere, just like a rocket taking off, drops what got it off the ground once it gets to a certain altitude. It's the same with your business. You've got to have that courage to let go of some of those things that you're doing and you're potentially attached to because you want to take that business to the next level. Because ultimately what we want is we want that world-class business without the burnout, right? We want to increase profit. We want to lead a team and scale the business. So, we can have the holidays. In my business, I used to take 6 weeks a year. I would average 6 weeks holiday every year. And when I went away, it was a true holiday, right? True holiday in the fact that I didn't take calls. I might have the sort of odd text message back to the team just to check in. But again, you want the freedom that comes with scaling a business. So I work with a lot of clients. To give an example, Brendan is one of my clients, been working for him a number of years now. And when I met Brendan, he was stressed out. He was working big hours. He was doing some of the activities that he shouldn't be doing in terms of the loan process. He had the ability to make money in this business as well as in property, right? So for him, even though he was a top performer at that stage, there was another level that he could go to, right? And so, now his business has tripled. He's got a lot more time off. He's got some great team members and he set some bigger goals and he's got there a lot faster because he's taken action and he's implemented the strategies that we've talked about. So, for you guys in terms of looking to, get a mentor on board and to, or get somebody within your business. I know when I started, I was lucky enough to be a business development manager back in the day around, we're going back 20 years now to 2001, 2002, where I was a mobile development manager for Wizard Home Loans. And I had the beauty of going around and meeting a lot of my peers in the different stores before we launched the business. And we're really lucky when we launched the business. It was February 2003. The market was booming. In that first month, we wrote $10 million worth of business. And, yes, the market was good, but, part of that success came from picking the brains of others around me. They were sort of at that next level in terms of where I wanted to be. So there's different options other than coaching, right? You can have a look at some other people that step ahead of you. But the thing about coaching, and again, there's a couple of programs that I do, but one of the great things is you get to learn from other people within the group who are that next step ahead of you. And it allows you to set those goals because all of us want to reach our potential, right? All of us want to reach our potential. It's natural. You look at trees in nature, it's natural for them to grow. It doesn't stay static. And I love the Greek definition of happiness, which is the happiness that comes from reaching your potential, right? So there's a certain amount of pride and joy that comes from reaching your potential. So rather than feeling stuck, some people call it a mortgage broking the golden handcuffs, right? They're at that level of comfort zone within their business where, you know, they know they're comfortable, but it's a bit like Groundhog Day. They're doing the same thing day in, day out. It gets boring. They're too successful to leave, but they're not willing to take the next steps and the courage to take the next level to grow their business. All right, so it's about routine. How can you reach your potential? So I think the next thing is around finding somebody who's been there and done it, right? So having that, there's a difference between knowledge and what I call wisdom. Wisdom is, you know, by learning from somebody who has been there and actually walked the shoes that you want to walk. And for me, in this coaching business, I've invested in a number of different coaches when I started, and it's really important to me, right? And it's meant that my business has been quite successful. But the people that I looked for when I was looking for a coach were people who had been there and done that and specialized in what I wanted to specialize in. So it makes a huge difference in terms of when you're looking at getting a coach to find somebody who has been there and done it and who is getting the success. The other thing that's important around when you're looking at coaching is someone that will take you to that next level, right? Someone who will stretch you, that will see that light within you to allow you to stretch and make realistic goals. So, and goals that aren't going to burn you out, but are going to stretch you enough to take you to the next level. And, you know, focus on who, not how. Not how am I going to get there and how can I fit more in, but who is going to help me to get to that next level. And it's around creating the freedom that comes with scale and training and developing a team to really get you to that next level. And then the next thing that's important when you're looking at being coached and mentored is the accountability that comes with it. Especially in this market, in terms of if you're doing what you were doing 12 months ago and you haven't pivoted and shifted what you're doing at the moment, then you're not doing the right thing. So by having somebody to keep you accountable in terms of, all right, to put your thoughts into a crystallized, achievable action plan so you can go out and achieve that week in, week out and do the right things. And again, sometimes you won't be clear on the right things or you'll have an idea of a couple of things, but bouncing that off somebody like a mentor, a coach, or a group will allow you to achieve your goals a lot quicker, right? So accountability is going to be key in your development in terms of reaching the level that you want to get to. The next part is around getting clarity, right? In terms of the beautiful thing about being part of a coaching program and being mentored is, you know, rather than picking bits and ideas from books and PD days and things that your aggregator doing, you get that plan that's designed for you in terms of where you're at in your business at that point in time, right? So it gives you the clarity, it gives you the confidence to follow a roadmap and say, rather than chasing all the shiny balls and all the different ideas, it gives you that clarity to say, okay, what should I be doing right now? What is the best thing that I should be doing right now? And one of the things that we focus on is, think shorter. Don't think 12 months because things change so much. How can you narrow down that focus to get really clear on what are the couple of things that I can spend time on over the next little while? So we like to use a 6-week game plan to really achieve the things that I want to achieve within my business. Because let's face it, 80 to 90% of your time is going to spend in the business. Doing deals, structuring deals, talking to clients, talking to referral partners, working on your systems and processes, training your team. But there's a small amount of time that can be really worked on strategy, on working on the business. And these are the key things, if you get really, really clear on, that will allow you to get to that next level of your business. And quite often this comes with making a decision. All right, so it comes with making a decision. So if we look at it, and in terms of if you look at this in terms of, all right, let me draw it out, might be the best way to do it. All right, so if we draw it out and we say this is where you are now, so this is where you are now, and let's say, for example, your timeline in terms of your business. Let me just undo that. This is where you are now. And this is where you want to be, right? So let's say, for example, this is where you want to be in 10 years' time, right? So let's say this is where you want to be in 2032. And so if we look at that, you've got a couple of different options in terms of, what you can do. So if we look at it, you may sort of have growth, something like this. You may sort of have some good years, some bad years, and drift along. And then you may have some years where, again, if you don't do anything, your business drifts and it goes down with the market. And one of my mentors that I was speaking about, Simon Bowen, showed me this model, right? It's great. It's called the futures model. But if you look at it, if you want to achieve that in terms of, let's call this, your freedom that comes with scale. If we want to, and freedom comes in a number of sort of ways. But if you want to have that freedom that comes with scale within your business, rather than being on the drift or being this point where we said here in terms of being unfocused, then there's one thing that you need to do to be able to achieve this, right? We need to have a look at this in terms of, right now, we're the closest to that line that we're ever going to get in terms of reaching that freedom, right? We're right now is the closest we are going to be. But what we need to do is we need to make a commitment, right? We need to make a commitment in terms of a decision. And this decision will help us get there, because think about in anything in life, nothing is particularly hard. The hardest thing to do is just to commit and make a decision to actually say, all right, this is what I want to do. I want to make some changes. And this is the benefit of, working with a coach or a mentor, is because you can chat about your goals and you can set realistic goals, and they can give you the know-how to get you there. And, for my clients that take massive action, the trajectory sometimes looks like that, right? It sometimes is exponential because they make those decisions and take massive action. So it's the decision combined with the action along the way that's going to get you there. But what a coach gives you gives you the how in terms of how to get there. And so, when you think of the market, one of the things you need to look at is, well, how can I invest in myself, right? How can I invest in myself and really take my business to that next level to give me the ability to reach my potential, to do it with someone that's going to give me the wisdom, that's been there and done it, that's walked the path, to give me the clear goals, to keep me accountable, and to make me do the right things. So, but what you need to do is what I was talking about then, is actually commit and make a decision that you want to do that and you want to take your business to the next level. Which, as I said, when you're in that comfort zone, when you're comfortable and the income's coming in, it's hard, right? And maybe you've been doing it for many, many years. But if not now, when? And, getting on the track to getting that business with freedom, with scale, is going to take a decision. It's going to take a commitment. And again, the only market that's happening is the market between your ears. So, drop the excuses that now is not the right time. Now is the only time, and the only time that there ever will be is now. So now is the right time. There's never going to be the perfect time. So look to do that. If you want a tool that is going to allow you to do that, I've developed a questionnaire that can give you an honest look and give you a score of where you're at the moment. It's my $1 Billion Broker Analyzer. So just comment below if you want a copy of the analyzer, and that will really help you to analyze your business to see if you want to take your business to the next level. If you're interested in talking about coaching, also send me a DM and I'd love to book in a time where we can have a chat. Thanks, guys. This has been another episode of the $1 Billion Broker Tips. I'm the founder, Ross Lacane, and look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you.